Lenehan.
And I'm Jaylin Kennedy. This week at Otterbein, Parents Weekend is right around the corner, soccer scored some winning goals, and students are getting a taste of the workforce. Otterbein Board of Trustees met this weekend and for the second year in a row voted in favor of a tuition freeze. The full-time undergraduate tuition for 2015-2016 will not increase and will remain at $31,424. Otterbein plans to aid families with enrollment decisions as well as continuing to offer financial help to current students.
The Campus Activities Board is at it again this semester, planning creative and fun events for students. This past week, they hosted a country night at the campus center with dance instructors and all. Here's a recap.
CAB is our Campus Activities Board. Basically, we put on events and stuff for them to get out and do something on campus for them to do. So we bring in like different activities to do, hold different events, bring in ventriloquists, illusionists, stuff like that.
And on Tuesday night, CAB turned the Otterbein Campus Center into a country dance hall, complete with hay and cowboy hats. From Friends in Low Places to a little bit of Shania, students danced the night away.
Tonight's was country night, and basically, like, I've seen like a lot of people from Otterbein like to go to Nio's, which is a kind of like a country bar downtown. They do line dancing, swing dancing, stuff like that. And we thought that bringing something like that here would generate a lot of interest. And so it is one of our homegrown events. It was one of our throw-togethers. There was a lot of planning that went into it. However, we just thought that this would be a different way to kind of make an outlet for the students.
CAB even brought in dance instructors from NIOS to help orient those beginner line dancers.
It seems like everybody had a lot of fun. I know I had a lot of fun. And this is definitely like, if you wanted to learn like some of the dances, this was a great opportunity to come out and just learn them so you can go out.
If you missed this event, don't worry, because CAB has many more events coming up in the future.
This Thursday we have a Halloween trivia up in the campus center. On week 12 we have Mr. Otterbein. And then also we have our late night breakfast coming up during finals week.
For Otterbein TV, I'm Grace Lenehan.
Good job, team. See you at state.
Make sure to keep your eyes open for future CAB events.
Mark your calendars. Otterbein Cardinal Crusaders Up Till Dawn program will have their annual letter sending event to raise money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Students are asked to bring at least 15 addresses of either family or friends to send a letter on St. Jude's behalf. This year's event will be held November 11th from 5 to 11 p.m. in the campus center. Students are encouraged to come dressed in their best superhero costumes. Food, games, and prizes will be available for all who attend.
Over fall break, students had the opportunity to shadow a professional in their intended career field. A handful of Otterbein students, ranging from all ages, traveled to different businesses and schools to take part in the experience. Otterbein sophomore public relations major, Maddie Hill, had the opportunity to shadow the student affairs director at Denison University. Wanting to go into the field of student affairs, it was a great experience to meet new people and get a chance to fully understand the real world and the workforce.
Yeah, I got to meet, as I said, a couple of different people at Denison, so it was good just getting my name out there. And I mean, I still have to go to grad school, and it's going to be a while before I'm looking for a job, but it's good to make connections. And I mean, I have his business card, we're hooked on LinkedIn now, and we've emailed back and forth a few times, so it was really great to make.
The Center for Student Involvement is always offering helpful classes, workshops, and even one-on-one experience to help better prepare students for the future. Stop by their office for more information.
CCPD will also be offering the second annual Collegiate College Fair. All Otterbein students are invited to attend the event on Friday, November 7th from 12:30 to 3:30 at Ohio Dominican University. 34 organizations and 10 undergraduate programs will be there offering info about their company positions and internships. Transportation will be available and students are asked to pre-register. A complete list of organizations at the fair can be found on the Otterbein website.
Many students may not know the history behind our great state of Ohio. There are even some Ohio historical markers on campus. Al Williamson has more on the story.
Ohio, this great state that we live in. It's been a state since March 1st, 1803, and has had its fair share of history. But how many Ohioans actually know about the history of the state that they live in? Let's find out. All around the state, there are signs, or Ohio historical markers. Each one of them holds a piece of Ohio's history written on them. And there are even 3 right here at Otterbein University. Rob Ward, co-creator of the Nomad's Guide to the World podcast, tells us a little bit about these historical markers.
But yeah, they're just little tidbits of Ohio history, interesting things that have happened, and we're slowly whittling down. The history defines us. It teaches us who we were. It tells us why things are, so we as a people can decide how to make them better. And who we are as Ohioans, I think, gets forgotten.
I wanted to see how much a normal student here at Otterbein would honestly know about Ohio's history, so I caught up with junior Shelby Snyder to get her thoughts.
I think we should know more about Ohio's history because we have a pretty cool history. I mean, we do. So we should know more about it. Yeah, we should learn about it. I think there should be more of a conscious effort in our younger years or even in high school to just kind of get a refresher of it.
We spend most of our lives just rushing around. We should take the time to learn about the history around us. You never know what you might find. Al Williamson, This Week at Otterbein.
Otterbein will hold a kickball tournament this Sunday to help raise money to fix up the weight room. Students can create teams of 7 to 10 with a $100 entry fee. The games will kick off at 1 p.m. at Memorial Stadium. Interested students can register by contacting Thomas Linder at thomaslinder@otterbein.edu.
This weekend kicks off the annual Family Weekend. Many students, alumni, and family members will be on campus to partake in the weekend festivities. The events kick off with an open mic night located behind Java Central, followed by comedy hypnotist Dale Kay at 8:30 in the campus center on Friday. The weekend continues with a 1:30 home football game against Mount Union at Memorial Stadium and a talent show to finish off Saturday night. Join in the celebration and school spirit, and for a full list of the weekend events, be sure to visit otterbein.edu. So it's going to be a really fun weekend with Family Weekend, and also Halloween is this weekend, so everyone's going to be dressing up and having a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Grace. Well, coming up next, we'll have the This Week Sports Report. Well, the Otterbein Club ice hockey team took to the ice for their second ever home game this past Saturday against Xavier University, as they were still searching for their first home win. Were they successful in that search? Justin Roberts has the story.
Otterbein hockey team looked to win their first home game in team history as they took on the Musketeers of Xavier University this past Saturday. The game started off slow for Otterbein as Xavier struck early in the first period to take a 1-0 lead. The Cardinals caught fire after that as they scored 6 unanswered goals, capped off by a hat trick from junior Alex Morrow and 2 assists from junior Adam McHugh. Xavier attempted a comeback in the third period by putting their second goal of the game in net, but Otterbein struck for their 7th and final time to put the game out of reach. The Cardinals would win 7-2. When asked about the positives of the game, McHugh credited the win to better team communication.
We're 3 weeks in right now. We know each other a little bit better. We're working together as a team. We've been on the ice a lot more, and I guess the team chemistry's really showed tonight.
As for Morrow, he was excited to get the win against Xavier.
Xavier's coming to our home rink, and they think that they're going to come in and just run over us because they're like, who's Otterbein? And we take it to them, and it's a great feeling. I mean, everyone was hyped in the locker room after the win, and I mean, hopefully we can carry that momentum into the rest of the season.
Justin Roberts, Otterbein TV.
Now you can follow the hockey team on Twitter at Otterbein Hockey for all of the schedule updates, as the team's next opponent in November has yet to be determined. Well, switching gears to the pitch, the men's soccer team looked to keep their OAC tournament hopes alive when they traveled down to Marietta Tuesday afternoon and applied heavy pressure early on offensively, attempting 10 shots in the first half. Nonetheless, the Pioneers struck early on a breakaway goal from leading scorer Wes Riley in the 8th minute, and that would be all they would needed as Otterbein fell 1-0. The loss, coupled with a win by Baldwin Wallace, was enough to eliminate the Cardinals from OAC tournament contention. They will finish out their season Saturday afternoon with a 1 p.m. match at Mount Union. Fans can follow Saturday's match at Mount Union with live stats on OtterBeinCardinals.com. Well, the Otterbein women's soccer team needed just one win in their 2 remaining games to clinch the top spot headed into the OAC tournament. Last night they took on the Marietta Pioneers in Memorial Stadium and were unable to find the back of the net in the first half despite outshooting Marietta 10-0. The Lady Cardinals did not let off the gas in the second half, though, as they erupted for 3 goals in a 12-minute span to take a 3-0 lead. Otterbein got goals from Lindy Steeman, Madison Birchfield, and Erica Meyer to clinch their 8th OAC regular season title in school history and 2nd in 4 seasons. The Lady Cardinals will cap off their regular season this Saturday on senior night against Mount Union. Jeff Murtaugh and I will have the call on WOBN with pregame action starting at 6:45. So Grace, family weekend, got a game against Mount Union, Halloween's tonight. It's going to be a fun weekend. I know, Jaylin, you're often on the sidelines for the football team, so hoping to end that streak.
Yeah.
A lot of fun stuff is going to be happening. Well, that's all the time we have for this week's show. On behalf of Jaylin, Jacob, and the entire crew, I'm Grace Lenehan, and we will catch you next week.